Today, we're making some MPC Drum Synth samples.
Freebeat.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day, so if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Today's patron shout-out goes to Lorenzo Tano. Thank you so very much for the support. Let's get started. So today I've got the MPC-1 on the desk, and that's because I need some drum samples. And the samples that I need to be, I feel, fairly generic for what I'm working on, which definitely has to do with the big project I've been teasing on the channel. That project will be out on the channel by the end of the year, but I need some drum samples. So I figured it would be fun to go into the MPC's Drum Synth and try to make some sounds that we like, or use some ones that I've previously created, and then sample those, like resample them to the MPC, and then save them to the SD card so I can export them into the piece of gear / software, whatever I'm using for this project that is coming up relatively, well, I won't say anything else. So as you can see, we've got a blank project pulled up here. I'm going to go to track 1, change the track type to a plugin. You can clearly hear that's a tube synth right now, so we need to go to the plugin type and scroll down to MPC-1 drum plugins, Air Music Technology. Let's just go to multi. Okay. Sounds great. However, I don't want to use the preset sound, so I'm going to press Program Edit, and now hope that I'm zoomed in far enough on the screen that you can actually see what's going on here. Okay, so what I want to do, I think, is load in a drum kit, a drum synth multi-instance that I have created in the past. So I'm going to go to my SD card, drum synth presets. Yeah, I named this one Basic with 3 C's for some reason. Let's load this in. Okay. Okay, I'm pretty happy with those sounds, actually. We might do something with a second kick. We might try to find a fatter kick drum, but I do like how simple that one is. So now what we want to do is actually sample these and turn them into samples, because right now this is a drum synth. So we can't actually, that I know of anyway, export these sounds, like the audio from these sounds, directly to the SD card. We have to sample them. So I'm going to press Sampler right here. Here we are in the sampler screen, something that I have really struggled with in the past on the MPC-1, but I don't intend on letting it get the best of me today. So I'm going to go to our input source here, click in the knob, go down to resample left and right. That means it's going to take incoming audio and resample that. As you can see, the pads are still lit up in the color combination that indicates the drum synth is still active. Yes, definitely. Okay, so I believe we can just arm it and then sample sound by sound, and I think we're good to go. Okay, there we go. There's our kick drum. From here, we can name it. Now we can figure out what we want to do with it. Now, ideally, what I would like to be able to do is go to Edit, normalize it, and then save it to the SD card, but that's a whole process, I believe, that involves assigning it to a pad and then saving the pad as a sample, or the project as save the whole project to save those samples. Kind of an extended process, and I don't want to go through that. There might be a faster way to normalize and then save, but I haven't figured it out yet. That's actually been one of my major gripes with the MPC. Sampling, not really to immediately use in an MPC project, but just having a sample session just to sample. I would love to be able to sample and then normalize and save to the SD card, but right now we just have to click save. We're going to save it to our SD card. Let's go to the samples folder here. Okay, let's make a new folder and call it DS for drum synth. Okay, save. Great. Kick drum is Now saved, I think. Okay, yes. It did save. Awesome. Just going to click keep so it keeps it in the project pool or memory, whatever you want to call it. Now we're good to sample our next sound. So arm. Record it. Clap. Save. Save. Okay, keep. Next one. That was bad. We're going to discard and try again. Is that as loud as that gets? Oh well. I can always normalize it in post. We'll call this clap 2. Do it. Save. Get the idea here. Tom. Okay. I'm actually going to name this Tom 2 because I want to have a higher tom and a lower tom. We'll do that in just a second. Okay, we now have all 8 of those sounds saved to the SD card as individual samples, where I can then eject the SD card, put them into the computer or whatever gear I'm using, and yeah, I have those samples now. Let's go ahead and do something about those other 2 toms, though. So I'm going to go back to Program Edit, which takes us right into the drum synth. Again, I'm hoping you can all see the screen. Let's go to our tom, which is drum synth number 6. Okay, let's play with the tuning. It says this is G flat 1, so F sharp. So let's just make this a D triad. So let's go to the lower tom first. So we'll make that a D. Okay, now we go sampler. Sample it. We'll call this tom 1. Save. Now we'll go back to Program Edit, and we will set this to an A. There we go. Cool. Back to sampler. Arm it. Call this Tom 3, I guess, because I messed up and named the other one Tom 1 when that should have been Tom 3 if we're going down the order pitch-wise. Tom 3. Okay, cool. Let's go back to Program Edit, back to Drum Synth, and try to come up with a new kick drum. Actually, let's go back to Main and make a new plugin here. A new plugin program. We'll go to track 2. And here is where we will make our new drum synth. So I'm just going to go to kick, because that's all we wanted, if you remember. We will go new program. Okay, Program Edit. So now we can go through our different models. Ooh. Kind of like that. Let's maybe play with some decay here. So we will turn up the decay. Sweep. Maybe bring the decay down. Bring the decay down just a little. There we go. What does punch do? Oh, we're going to max that out. There. That's a pretty snappy kick drum, I think. So let's go sampler, arm it. I like that. We'll go kick 2. And save. Save. There we go. Okay, so in theory, we have just saved all of those drum sounds as individual samples to the SD card that we can export to the computer and then put anywhere that accepts samples. So let's verify that. Browse. We're going to go to MPC1, which is what my SD card is called. Then we are going to go down to the samples folder. Yep. And we made the folder DS. There we go. All right. And here are all of our drum samples. Cool. Love those toms. Well, there we go. We made some MPC Drum Synth samples. Wasn't too terribly hard. This is, very, very basic use of what the MPC one and all of the standalone MPCs are actually capable of, so do keep that in mind. I will leave another little teaser for the upcoming giant project that I'm working on. If you would like to learn more about that project before anyone else, you can head over to my Patreon page, linked in the description, or patreon.com/freebeat. Pledges start at just $1 a month, and that $1 a month gets you access to some cool stuff like our patron-only Discord server, weekly behind-the-scenes vlogs, and in those vlogs are included quite a bit of information about the upcoming project. We will be doing some new patron rewards related to that project as well, including something that revolves around samples. So, I hope you are all very excited for that. I hope you enjoyed this video, or at least found it entertaining. If you did, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can always leave a dislike. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you all so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.